Going live. All right, guys, we are live. It is fantasy football season. It is draft week upon us. Here we go with your favorite video. You've been waiting for it all season, all off season. You guys have been dying to hear about it. It's my draft preview video where I predict who all you dummies are going to draft. I'm going to start off with Joe. Joe is going to take Josh Jacobs. Everybody knows he's going to take Josh Jacobs. And you know why? Because Joe, it's basically Nick Chubb 2.0. He's not as good, though. And Joe is scared to death to lose. So he's not going to take a Kenyon Drake or a Miles Sanders or someone with some actual upside. He's going to take a guy that's going to get him 8 to 12 points every week. And, basically Joe just wants to stay out of the GD, and Josh Jacobs will not help you do that. You will, be competing for the GD because you took Josh Jacobs. Now, our newest league member, Justin Beltran, we're excited to have you. Welcome, Justin. But since Justin is new, he's not going to know what he's doing, and he's going to draft Julio Jones. Now, the reason Julio's a terrible selection is because he's never going to finish as high as you have to draft him. You have to draft him 11th or 12th or something in that range. He's not going to finish there. You know it. It's guaranteed. It's not going to happen. He's a bad pick, but he's a pick that I have faith Justin will make. And the only positive to this for you, Justin, is you grab Julio and you're forcing Tony to have to go back to Georgia and explain to his eldest son why he didn't draft his favorite football player for the second year in a row. He's not going to take him, so Julio's all yours. On to our league champion. God, how did that happen? You guys are such idiots. I took one season off. I take it easy on you guys. I didn't want to win 3 straight titles and have everybody lose interest. And what do you guys do to reward me? You let Vetri win the championship. Are you kidding me? So John is one of the few of you turds that's actually difficult to pick for here. He's a total wild card. But there's something you guys don't know about John. He claims to be an Eagles fan, but he's really a closet Cowboys fan. He always seems to have several Cowboys on his team. So I'm going to say he winds up with Zeke Elliott because he's going to value Zeke higher than everybody else because he's a huge Cowboys fan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Zeke's good. He's going to eat. The problem is that that's all Zeke has been doing since he got his contract. He's been eating. He's been at the all-you-can-eat buffets. He's already had coronavirus. He missed a month of working out where he did nothing but eat Chinese food. I'm out on Zeke. John's in on him. You're not repeating, John. So Tony Sr., pretty straightforward here. I know everybody's thinking, oh, it's Pat Mahomes. But there are a lot of us that would take Pat Mahomes. So he can't control whether he gets Pat Mahomes. He can absolutely control whether he gets Aaron Rodgers. So he's going to draft Aaron Rodgers because literally nobody else would even consider putting that useless, overrated, over-the-hill pile of crap on their fantasy team except for him. Even the Packers don't like Aaron Rodgers. They don't help him out with anything, and they drafted Jordan Love, who's probably already better than Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers to Tony Sr., it's going to be a terrible selection, but you know it's going to happen. He just has to do it. He can't help himself. Now, Jason, speaking of bad quarterbacks to draft, Jason is going to draft Joe Burrow. And nothing says fantasy success more than drafting a rookie Bengals quarterback. Am I right, guys? No, not right. Okay. So Joe Burrow, if you draft Joe Burrow and your team name doesn't have some reference to Tiger King in it, then you have failed this league, Jason. So start thinking of your Tiger King names. Moving forward here to Reese. Reese probably thinks he's going to get Goff at a value later on, but the joke's on you, chump. I'm going to spite pick the crap out of Goff earlier than you think you can get him. It's going to happen. So suck it. With that being said, Reese will take Marquise Brown because he loves that his nickname is Hollywood. That's a pretty sweet nickname. It's much better than yours, which is, of course, number 2, as in a giant poop, where you finished last season, despite having Lamar Jackson, who was the single biggest fantasy advantage the world has ever seen last year. You still couldn't even muster up 90 points in the finals. You're an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed at losing to John in the Super Bowl. You could have saved us all, and you didn't. So Hollywood Brown, Therese, enjoy just sitting him on your bench every week and watching him have that one blow-up game where he scores 38 points, but he was on your bench. Jared, now I know what Jared's thinking here. I'm going to get Mike Gesicki. Nobody knows about Mike Gesicki, and I'll get him late, and I'll get my Dolphin tight end. No, you won't, moron. Everybody knows about Mike Gesicki. You're not getting him. He's going to be a lot more expensive than you think he is. So I'm going to go with Devontae Parker for Jared. Jared is literally the only human being in the world that believes in Devontae Parker's breakout. I mean, we have 4 years of him being useless and like 5 good games at the end of last year, and we're all just supposed to forget he was one of the worst wide receivers in the league for 4 years. All right, well, I mean, it's a winning strategy, Jared, so you do what you need to do. I would request that you go ahead and grab Travis Kelce because I'm going to want him on my team, but I don't want to draft him early, so I can pluck him away from you later on. Go ahead and snag Travis Kelce. Thanks, buddy. Now, Steve, our resident golden douche. Man, it is not easy to get inside of the mind of a golden douche, to figure out the mind of somebody that is so bad at fantasy football that they finished in dead last with a league that had Brad Hilton in it. Tough to figure that out. So, but I'm going to say one of the reasons Steve is golden douche, and he's always in contention for it, is he makes really stupid general philosophy decisions in the draft. So I'm going to say Steve is the guy that reaches into the 9th round for Justin Tucker. He's going to go kicker in the 9th round while the rest of us are getting solid depth pieces at wideout, wide receiver, running back, tight end, quarterback. We're getting solid depth there. Steve's getting Justin Tucker. That's what's happening. Can't wait to see you hanging stickers on Saturday. It's going to be awesome. Going to be legendary. Looking forward to it. Joe, don't take it easy on him now. Don't wuss out. You can be a coward in the draft, but don't you be a coward about the stickers. Now, last and arguably least, we have Tony Jr. Now, if you guys want to know who Tony Jr. is going to draft, just go listen to the Fantasy Footballers podcast. I mean, Tony has a long history of following the Yahoo rankings straight down the line. I'm proud of him. He's switching it up this year, and now he's following some other guy's rankings straight down the line. So, Tony doesn't really make his own decisions in fantasy football. He lets somebody else do it for him, and then he clings to those guys like they're his children. So I'm saying Tony's going to overdraft Clyde Edwards-Helaire or potentially David Johnson, maybe both. Follow thy masters, Tony, and enjoy your inevitable 6th place finish. Now, I know what you guys are all thinking here. You're thinking, you didn't tell us who you were going to draft. What's your prediction? Well, you're just going to have to wait until the draft to find out. I will see you all on Saturday.